Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of MotoGP 20 here on this channel. This is part number 26 of my career walkthrough. Right guys, in today's episode we head to Italy for Mugello, a fantastic circuit. And have we got good weather? Yes we have. We've had enough of the rain in the last two episodes. Now let's get straight into the qualifying session and see if we can put in some blistering times. Looking at that front tyre, I definitely don't think I'm going to go with a medium at the front for the race. So we've only done a couple of laps and it's already starting to melt away, and that's another lap out the way. I thought I'd do the race simulation today because we really need the engine development points to spend on the bike. Let's slow it down. So also Baldassarri's just put in a 1:51.8. I do think that time will be at least a second or so quicker when we get to the actual qualifying laps. But everyone seems to be having a really good session. I haven't seen any crash signs come up in the last couple of minutes, which is always good. And we've just got a good sector one in. Now we're running a hard rear and a medium front, so that is pretty decent. So I think most of them are running the soft tyres or the medium tyres for their laps at the moment. Let's just keep it steady. Let's see if we can take a nice fast run through here. Hold it. Oh no, just saying about crashes and then I've been it. Right, so here we go with the final development test. So this is just a quick lap simulation, and Schrotters just put in a 1:51.3, so the times are definitely getting quicker towards the end of this free practice session. Let's see if we can just latch onto Navarro as we try and put, oh no, he's going in the pits before we put in a lap. Let's see what sort of speed we can get up to on the straights. I think we can get up to, what? I haven't even done a lap yet. What's happened there?
For the moment, it looks like there won't be
I haven't even put a lap in, and it's just said that I've completed the quick lap simulation. What's the time? It hasn't even given me a time, but I'll take the points. Thank you very much, MotoGP 20. I will take that very gladly. Anyway, let's get into. We've got enough time. We've got enough time to put a couple more laps in, so I might do a couple more laps before the end of the session. Right, what speed can we get up to? 177, 178, 179, 181. Hard on the brakes. Oh, don't overrun it. Oh, just managed to stop it. So we go up to about 181 miles an hour. If we had slipstream, we probably would get up to a greater speed. Right, let's see if we can just put in one more lap. We're sitting in 5th position at the moment, so we should be able to get straight into Q2. Schrotters' time of a 1:51.3 still stands. But like I said, I think the times in the next session will be a lot quicker. So we're definitely going to have to improve. This is a very good circuit. It is one of the best circuits on the tour. I think it's got a bit of everything. I think the race around this circuit today is going to be very, very close. And it's 7 laps. It's because we've upped the percentage. So 7 laps around here. It's going to be hard on the tyres as well. And oh, we're down at... Oh, bloody hell, be careful, Carl. What are you doing? And we're down at sector 2. And oh, we've dropped down to 6th place. But we're still... That's still good enough to get into the next Q2. So I'm not going to panic just yet. I really don't want to have to do that extra session if I don't have to. And oh, we've run that corner a little bit wide. Let's see if we can just slowly open the throttle. That was a bit smoother there. Right, through this chicane, let's try and nail this. Onto the curb, onto the curb. It's 0.3 down. If we can have a really good last corner, we might be able to just get close to Schrotters' time. And final corner, slowly does it, slowly does it. And that was not too bad. Right to the line. Let's see if we can beat Schrotters' time. Oh no, Fernandez is just beating it, and we put in a 1:51.1. So we second fastest in the session, but Fernandez, you crafty bugger. Right, so that was the end of free practice 3. Now we move on to the qualifying session. Let's see if we can put in a decent time. But Fernandez is setting a decent pace there. Right, time for the qualifying lap. Let's see if we can get up to a decent speed on the straights. Let's see if we can beat that 181. 181. Oh, that is about as fast as I can get before I start thinking brake, brake, brake. But that was much better into that first corner. tyres are good. Let's see if we can have a strong lap. Oh, God, what are you doing? That wasn't the greatest. And just really trying to push it through that turn. The problem is, the first lap you go out, your tyres are still a little bit cold. And you've got to try and bed them in a bit. Let's see if we can just pick it up through this section. Got to try and not get any penalties today. This circuit is renowned for being harsh on penalties. So you can get on some of the curbs, but you've got to just try not to push the limits. So I'm trying to hold it around there. I don't want to crash in that corner again. And 0.002, so that wasn't bad. That's sector 2. Get nice and tight in. Change direction, keep it smooth onto the curb, open the throttle. And this is going really well at the moment. Let's see if we can get tight in on this corner, good on the brakes. And we've got to get used to managing those tyres as best we can. And through the chicane, we've got to nail this. Nicely done. And we're 0.3 up at the moment. We've got Baldassarri behind us. And I think he's got the fastest time because he's got number 1 above him. So, I didn't want to do that. That's going to take a few attempts out of my time. Right to the line. What time are we going to get here? At least give us a 150. A 150.032. That's not too bad. I'll take that. Right, guys, I don't know whether this is the same for you. I always find if you put in a fast time early in the session, 9 times out of 10 you get the fastest lap, and they don't better it. But if they put the faster time in, the times seem to get faster. It's just weird.
Hi, motorcycle race fans tuning in. Today's Moto2 race is being held in the hills of Tuscany, where the Italian Grand Prix is about to start. The weather forecasts are very reassuring. We'll have sunny weather for the entire duration of the race. From the starting grid, where everything seems
right, so here we go with today's race in Italy around the Mugello circuit. 7 laps. We've gone with the hard front and the hard rear. I don't think the medium, from what I saw in that test, is going to last. Let's have a look what everyone else is putting on. So there was a couple of riders with a medium rear and some with a medium front. I wouldn't risk that. And my teammate Marini was one of those with the medium rear. So yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, let's see if we can get a good start. And off we go in Italy around the Mugello circuit. Oh no, that wasn't the greatest. Keep that front wheel down. And we're going to drop a couple of places into that first corner, but it's really important we don't crash here. So let's try and tuck into a nice position. There's going to be quite a few coming down the inside. We're trying to take a wider line. Oh, there is a crash. Joe Roberts is off. Number 16. And just try and hold it into that turn. And Marcus Ramirez has crashed out as well. So that's 2 down in the first couple of corners. And we've just managed to get through. And we're sitting in a decent position, taking an outside line and getting into P4. Bit of contact behind us by Luti. Oh, Luti, what are you doing? He's being really aggressive here, but he's still in the inside. So let's just be careful he doesn't run us off the track. Taking a nice tight line. So looking in front of us, we've got Navarro in front of us. I think I can see my teammate. Where? Bloody Luca Marini. He was on the 3rd row and he's in 2nd place. What a blinding start by him. And I can't see who's in front. At the front of the grid, it was Baldassarri and Della Porta, I think. So it could be Della Porta. I think it is Della Porta. I don't know what happened to Baldassarri. Bearing in mind he is only 10 points off me in the championship, so you expect him to be on it today. Right, let's just try and get some heat. I find with the hard tyres it always takes a good couple of laps, maybe 2.5, 3 laps before you start feeling that you can push on the tyres, and so you will see a bit of a struggle here, and I'm really struggling to keep up with these guys in front. But as long as we don't let them get too far away, we want to at least try and get on the podium. And again, just not feeling it. Just try and get as much heat. And the only problem is with long straights, your tyres cool down a bit, don't they? So let's see if we can just take a little bit of time out of these guys in front. Need to be a little bit later on the brakes. And be careful. Just slightly overrunning it there, but I'll take that. That wasn't too bad. I saw the front of the right side of the front tyre heat up then, so I was really trying to push it there, and again trying to just take a little bit more out of the corners. We've got, oh, Marco's behind us. We've got our teammate Marco behind us. We've got Luca in front of us, so it could be a very, very good day for the Sky Racing team. We're starting to gain on Navarro here. He's going to feel some heat from me in a minute. Oh, be careful. Just getting onto the curb there. We don't want to push it too much. Like I said, this circuit can be very harsh for penalties. And it looks like Marini is pushing Della Porta very hard again, just not able to squeeze and push and really put the power down through these corners. Ouch! Thank you very much, Marco. We're supposed to be bloody teammates. What's that all about? It's just giving me a bit of a nudge. So it looks like my teammate is starting to push and I'm slowing him down. So I need to find... Oh God, just not feeling these tyres at all. And this is what I was worried about on this circuit with the hard tyres. How long would they take to scrub in? They're taking a long time. So we're coming towards the end of lap 2, still not feeling much grip and not able to really power out these turns. And again, just trying to keep it steady, squeezing the... No, just not feeling it. And let's see if we can get a bit of slipstream. I think Navarro is a little bit too far ahead. So just got to try and manage this fuel as well. And, oh, Marini has overtaken Della Porta and he is in to the lead of this race. Right, oh, we managed to get up the inside of Navarro there, but we're probably going to overrun it. And I was being a little bit too ambitious into that turn, and it was worth a try. But can we come back at Navarro here? No, tried to take him in that turn, but we are starting to put him under pressure, and he is taking some different lines, so he knows I'm there. He hasn't looked over his shoulder yet, but he probably will get very, very panicky in some of these turns. And again, just trying to put the power down. We've still got our teammates not far behind us, and we need to find the grip with these tyres. Are they going to feel a little bit better on this lap? Well, there's your answer. No, they don't. Struggling, and I'm just losing ground, and it looks like my teammate Luca is just pulling away. So he went with I think a medium rare, which was a bit of a surprise choice, but it's obviously working for him. So let's just try and keep it steady. And Navarro's managed to take Della Porta, so Della Porta's dropped another position, and it looks like he's just losing a bit of ground and pace. So let's see if we can jump on the bandwagon and get past him. And that's feeling, oh, that felt a little bit better around that turn. They should be up to temperature now through here. We should be able to get into a slipstream. Let's go on the outside, try and take him in this turn. I think we've gone a little bit too wide, so he should come up the inside. Yes, he is. All going side by side with Della Porta there, just trying to hold it. And we've managed to get into P3. Now let's try and get in Navarro. Navarro's started to push again. I've literally, because I was putting him under pressure, he's literally upped his level, so fair play to him. And my teammate Luca Marini has put in a 151.7, so he's definitely the fastest on circuit at this stage. And again, just overrun that turn. Got to be so careful I don't lose it on that first turn. Right, we are sort of keeping up with Navarro here, but like I said, he has started to push a little bit harder, and we've got to try and latch onto him if we can. But Marini is definitely on the surge, and it looks like no one's going to catch him, as we're trying to push as much as we can through these corners. We need to put some faster times in if we can, and that's not too bad through there. And we don't want to give Della Porta a chance to get back up behind us. And keep that smooth through there. Try and get it right on the curve through here. No. Oh, bloody hell. Settle down. Just not feeling it. This is so frustrating. Just not feeling comfortable at all. And we are on lap 4. But the tyres look okay. That is the most positive thing. Are we going to come strong at the end of the race? Maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe these two in front will start dropping off. That would be a bonus. It's all right through there. We've still got Della Porta just over a second behind us. And we've gone into there. Oh, bloody hells. Sorry. Just braked a little bit late there, but nothing, no harm done. But we're definitely gaining, and we're in slipstream with Navarro. We can overtake him here on the straight. Yes, we're past him. And now all we've got in front of us is our teammates. And I think that was our fastest lap of the race as well. So we have started to push a little bit harder. Hard on the brakes. Oh, God, don't lose it, don't lose it. Be careful. That wasn't too bad. Managed to stop it. But it's time to up the level. Let's see if we can close in on the teammates. But it's not going to be easy. Got to find, and the gap is just over 1 second. Oh, it's still, we've actually closed in on him, so that is very positive. Can we just take a little bit more out of his time going into the last 2 laps of the race? Or is he going to start pushing even harder? But to be honest, I want him to push harder because he's on softer compound. And again, just not feeling it when I'm trying to push. Oh, flipping neck, flipping neck, flipping neck. Oh, if I bin this, I'm going to be so frustrated. Again, just trying to take as much through those corners as I can. But I think we are slowly gaining on him. But is it going to be enough? And just keep it steady, 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 steady. Ooh, that was much better. Right, let's take a bit through this chicane. We really needed to make use of this. And Bulliger's gone down. So there's been a crash. And I'm not sure. Oh, 2 have gone down. So I don't know whether that's tyre issues or that was a collision. But we are trying our best. And again, we just lost that little bit of ground that we just made up on our teammates. And we go into the final 2 laps of the race. And Marini's just put in a 151.5, but we've just put in a 151.0. So we are the fastest on the circuit at the moment. And this is just the time to start pushing. If we can keep up this sort of pace, we're going to slowly edge closer. 2 laps to go. This could turn out to be an epic battle between the 2 teammates. Come on, push. Let's take a bit more through this corner. And we've just taken another couple of points out of that time as well. It's under a second. Is this the time to really start putting him under pressure? I think it is. And again, let's try and be a bit smoother around this turn. This is the one that I keep on just overdoing. No, that was okay. Again, we need to get really tight onto the curb. That's exactly where you want that front wheel, on that curb. And that was the best we've taken that corner. And again, nice through there. Oh, don't ruin it. And again, just trying to get right onto the apex and push as hard as we can. This is really the time, the second to last lap, and I need to get a bit closer if we want any chance. Oh, look at him, he's struggling for grip in front of us. Is his tyre finally giving up on him? Has he gone from the wrong compound? Is this where I can start really showing that the hard tyre was the best option to go with as we start closing in and we come into the final bend of the 6th lap with 1 lap to go? Oh, don't ruin it. Get out, Gooner. Bloody hell. And looking at the tyres, we have got a decent grip at the front, but maybe not so much on the rear. Got to work these tyres as much as I can. And we've put in an even faster time. We are on the surge of 150.9. This is our time to attack Marini. Can we get to the end? Can we win this race? And just trying to get the grip, and he is struggling like hell, and we've got to try and put the power down and manage his tyres as well. Let's not think that we've got an advantage, because we might not. Oh, look at him, he is struggling to put the power down, and we need to close in on him here, and he knows I'm there. Can we just push it a little bit more? Oh God, that was really risky through there, pushing, and we are literally right behind him. This is going to be the closest fight that I've had on this game so far. I haven't had many races where we've gone into the final lap still pushing as hard as this. And we've got to make sure we don't push so hard that we come off. But we are literally a million miles away from anyone, as he has a bit of a moment. But also, I almost had a moment as well, coming towards the last couple of corners. Can we take it here? Still pushing. Oh, come on. Literally in his slipstream. Is going to go down to the last moments of this lap, I think, as we try. Oh, he has another moment and another one. That's our time to attack as we go side by side with him right through the chicane. Oh, is he going to be better through the chicane? Oh, this is so close, and we're going to get to the final corner. I'm going to take an inside line. I've got to be good on the brakes here if we're going to make this, and I think we've just overshot it. He's going to come up the inside, and he does come down the inside. Can we get in the inside? And we're going side by side, and I can't put the power down. Settle down, settle down. Oh my god, are we going to do it? And we're going to go side by side to the line. He's going to get a little bit of slipstream. Is he going to actually overtake me? This is going to be so close to the line. Are we going to win? Oh yes, we won it. Oh, what an ending to that race. What an epic last lap. Oh my god, that was so close. I almost binned it, and Marini must be absolutely spitting feathers. That was unbelievable. Let's have a look at those replays. Right, so here we are looking at our replay of the start of the race, and I don't think this was a bad start. Yes, I couldn't put the power down, still having issues with the anti-wheelie system. Hopefully we can correct that soon. But we took a nice line into that first corner. We did lose quite a few places, but there was only 2 crashes and none of what affected us. But we managed to stay in touch with the fastest riders, and I think it was an okay first lap. But yeah, it was just all the issue about getting those tyres up to temperature. Right, so here we are looking at the final lap of the race. What a battle this was. Literally it was all or nothing. I knew that I maybe have a little bit more grip on my tyres. I was definitely the quicker because the last 2 laps I did beat the times, and it was all about just waiting for that moment. And if you watch Luca Marini, he was having some issues. I bet he wished he had gone for hard tyres like I did, because there was moments that I actually thought he was going to come off. But then I did have a few issues myself, and I almost binned it a couple of times. But sometimes it's who dares wins, and for me, that was the case. But look at some of these corners. I was pushing as hard as possible. And sometimes when you're in Power 2, with lack of tyre wear, it's probably not the best thing to do. But if you've seen some of the greatest MotoGP battles over the years, it's always been right at the end when literally, you know, you just don't think they've got the grip, or they've got the energy to push as hard as they do, but they find a little bit extra when they want to win the race. But just look at this. It was relentless pressure. He knew I was there the whole time, and I think that affected him in what lines he was going to take into the corner. And this is the corner where he really did lose a lot of ground. He just slid there. He slid again, and I just managed just to get a bit more grip, go side by side, but I knew I couldn't go too close through this chicane, and just had to just hold back slightly. And I knew the only chance I had was the final corner, so I took an inside line, as I thought that would be the best line to force him on the outside. But he was clever enough to see that I went out wide and take that inside line, but managed just to find a bit more grip. I couldn't settle down the bike, and then I thought, oh no, he's going to overtake me now. He has a little bit more momentum, but he didn't have enough. And as you can see, how close was that? Nothing in it. And looking at the times, guys, it was not even 0.1. That's how close it was. Well done, the Sky Racing Team VR46, because we had 3 riders in the top 5. But Baldassarri, 17th. Don't know what happened to Baldassarri, and I actually forgot to look through the replays exactly what happened there. But all I know is that he's dropped points, and I'm now 35 points in the lead at the top. And I'm loving it. But Luca Marini is closing in on Baldassarri, and we are miles ahead in the team championship. So overall, what a fantastic episode today. Really starting to love this bike. I picked the perfect team, and things can only get better. I mean, the only thing that I will say, there is a lot of circuits in this tour that I'm going to struggle on. I've had a good start so far. We've had some difficult weather. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I don't get rain in Catalonia, because I'm not the quickest around Catalonia. I'm going to put that out there now. And, you know, I think if I can at least qualify in the top 5 in that race, I might have a chance. But I'm not banking on a win there. But if it rains, I'm definitely not going to be even in the top 10. I just don't think, you know, every circuit's a challenge. And that's why I'm spending a little bit more time on the qualifying and really getting to know the bike. And it'll be the same when we go to the MotoGP bikes. I mean, I'm hoping to get the best team possible. My aim is to maybe get Rossi as my teammate. I want to ride with Yamaha, but if I get a chance to go with the Repsol Honda with Marc Marquez, I think I might take it. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what office I'm going to get. But today we did actually do all the development tests. One I didn't actually do, if you saw that early in the video. And we did get some decent amount of development points to spend on the bike, because we do need to improve the power. So because the engine's only at 25%, the frame's at 50, and the electronics are at 67. So we're doing steady. The power wasn't the greatest factor, but I do think I do need to start concentrating on that, because we are losing a lot on the straights and you know, out the slow corners. So the anti-wheelie is up to, we've done 2 parts on that. We do need to do the engine braking as well, which we will do, but that's probably going to take a while. So that's because we need to share the staff out, don't we? Because if we want to do the engine as well, so let's see if we can get the engine. I think the engine's more important than the EBS. So let's just share out the staff so we can get that down to 4 weeks, so we can get some upgrades in. Not going to be ready for the next race. Anyway, guys, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe. I hope you're enjoying the series, because I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. I'm really loving this game. And I will do a video soon about the way I set up the bikes. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments below. And I've still got to do some online as well. So there's plenty to come. I will see you very, very soon, guys. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.